Hey you YouTubers, this is Fred Braun once again, and today I am bringing you my deck profile, the deck I currently run, my Inzektor deck. Before I start, I'm going to let you know I don't use Card Trooper, so don't be a dick and be like, +1 Card Trooper, +2 Card Trooper. Honestly, if you run Armageddon Knight and Foolish Burial, you honestly don't need it half the time. So let's get started. Okay, of course, I tried to put this shit in order. Okay, of course, I run 3 Centipedes. It's pretty easy to understand why you run 3 Centipedes. He's honestly almost the Call the Haunted of the deck, because when you, such as like you use him in Centipede, when Centipede goes to the grave, you get to return 1 Inzektor back to your hand, so you always can return back like Gigamantis or your Dragonfly, especially since it's been put down to 1. I run 2 Armageddon Knights. I did run 3. I didn't like it necessarily. They just kind of got in the way. But with 2, it runs pretty well. Armageddon Knight, of course, is the way you get your Hornet to the graveyard. I run 2 Hoppers. Hopper, honestly, I just run him because he is a 4-star with 1700 attack. He's stronger, and his effect isn't half bad. I run 2 Tour Guides. Tour Guide, honestly, everybody should understand why you would run Tour Guide. It's a great card, phenomenal effect. It's a good way to get out your Zen Mine or your, whatever level 3 monster you choose. I run 2 Ladybugs. Ladybug, honestly, is just more of a fallback card. It is weak, but it does have the effect where it can be equipped with Hornet, so therefore it is still a good Inzektor. And it is level 2, so it allows you to XYZ into 5s with such cards as your Centipede, or it allows you to XYZ into 6s with your Hoppers. I run 1 Dark Arm Dragon. You really don't use it a lot in this deck, it seems, but I have used it and OTK'd people, so that's always good. I run 1 Dark Lord Zerato. I'm sure many of you have not seen this card ran in an Inzektor deck, but I like it. It is a dark hole basically, and it is basically, yeah, it's just basically a dark hole. Honestly, it's a great card though, so I like it. I do main 1 Mech Lord Emperor Weisel. I started maining this especially for my locals, just due to the fact that everybody runs some sort of like Black Wings or Psychics or some shit of that sort, and I was getting tired of it, so therefore, here we go. Mech Lord Emperor Weisel. Then, of course, Gigamantis. We all understand why you'd put Gigamantis in your deck. If you do not have a Gigamantis in your Inzektor deck, then it's not an Inzektor deck. The Great Dragonfly, that is now down to 1. It kind of sucks that it's down to 1, but I always seem to draw it out, so I'm really not worried about it. And of course, everybody understands why you put this in your deck. Put it out with the Hornet. Hornet destroys, effect, special summon a card like Centipede. You can do Centipede's effect, Hornet, destroy, or you can do Gigamantis. It's kind of up to you. I prefer to do Centipede out, especially against bigger cards. I commonly don't use a lot of my like side decks, but I guess it kind of depends who you're going against. Okay, 1 Sengane. That's pretty obviously he is 1 per deck, and he does run well with Tour Guides. And then I also run 1 Giga Cricket. I'm sure everybody thinks that's funny and be like, oh, why don't you just have 2 Giga Manises? No. But I like it. It does give you piercing damage, and I run more of a OTK or FTK Inzektor deck. I prefer to win quick, so the piercing damage is always nice. And of course, 1 Hornet. Yeah, 1 Hornet. Now this deck was phenomenal with 3. I understand why they took it down to 1. But I haven't had any problems, especially with Armageddon Knight in my deck, and like all the draw power I have and stuff, so I haven't really had any problems with my Hornet. Okay, so those are the monsters. Onto the spells. I run 2 Zet Calibers. Honestly, you don't have to run Zet Caliber in an Inzektor deck if you don't want, but I like it. It is a plus 800, and it does bring back 1 Inzektor from the graveyard, so you always can get back a Dragonfly or a Centipede. And then I run 2 Zektohawks. This card's great. I have a lot of kids at locals who hate me due to this card, just because, of course, everybody should know its effect. Inzektors gain 1,000, and when this card is equipped to the monster and it declares an attack, your opponent cannot activate spells or traps. So it's basically an equipable Royal Decree for Inzektors, so it's really, really good. I like it a lot. And then I run 2 Potted Dualities. That's obvious. That's my draw power. That's the best way, honestly, to get out some of your stronger Inzektors, or if you plan on OTKing, you, of course, can get out like your Dark Arm or whatever. I run 1 Foolish Burial. It's obvious why the fuck you would run that. I run 1 Card Destruction. Duh. A Dark Hole. An Allure of Darkness. And 1 Book of Moon. Okay? So all those are pretty simplistic. And onto the traps. I run 1 Dark Bribe. I like Dark Bribe. I have friends that hate it, but whatever. I run 1. I run 2 Solemns. 1 Starlight Road. Honestly, most people will side through Starlight Road, but for my locals, I prefer to use it. It's pretty good, especially with the fact that I do not have a Heavy Storm in this deck at this time because I took it out. So, especially not using a Heavy Storm, it always is a plus to have this card. I ran 1 Compulsion. This card's great. Just in general, everybody should understand why it's great. If you don't use it, you're a loser. Oh, there's my other Dark Bribe. I run 2 in this deck. A Torrential Tribute. Of course, that's a good card. That's a 1-hit destruction. Mirror Force. 1 Mirror Force. 1 D Prism. And 1 Bottomless. I don't run mini traps. Like I said, it's more supposed to be an OTK deck, but it's kind of up to you guys. If you guys want to run a shit ton of traps, you can. If you don't, whatever. Okay, so on to my extra deck. Stardust Dragon. Of course, you run Stardust Dragon. That'd be stupid if I'm going to run Road without Stardust Dragon. Stardust Dragon in general is a great card. I run 1 number 17. I usually don't use him a lot. I considered putting him in my trade binder, but I don't know. He's a level 3. I don't know. He's just a level 3. My favorite, Miserythm. I love him. He is a great card. His effect is phenomenal. I run 1 number 50 Black Corn Ship now. He is actually really good. I do have a playset of him. I haven't put in my binder yet. If you guys are interested in him, just let me know. But he is a great card. He's I don't know. I like him a lot. My friend does not like him too much, but whatever. I run 1 Inzektor Extra Beetle. Honestly, he's the Megazord of the Inzektors, because Inzektors honestly remind me of Power Rangers. He's a pretty good card. He's really good with like people who do use the higher other XYZs or higher synchro monsters, because you're not going to run into someone who's using like Blue Eyes and you're going to be able to use his effect for that. I do run Exostag. I'm thinking I'm going to take him out. I don't usually use him too much, but I do have him in here just in case. Of course, Wind Up Zen Mine. And then Photon Strike Bouncer. I wish his effect was Negate and Destroy, but the Negate in 1,000 is pretty good. Leviair. Acid Golem, he's in here, but honestly, I found that I don't use him a shit ton. Yeah, there's really not much to say to him. A Mace Stroke. A Gaia the Thunder Charger. And that's obvious why you would use that. Wind Up Arsenal, Zenmoa. I do run a Swordbreaker. He's really, really like misunderstood and misplayed. I think he'll become a staple in most decks. He's really, really good. And then finally, my favorite card, Gaga Cowboy. This card's great. I do have 1 in my trade binder now, if anybody's interested in it. In general, this is a phenomenal card. That is my deck profile. You guys are free to leave comments and tell me what you guys think. Like I said in the beginning, I don't want to hear everybody complaining that I'm not running a card trooper. I did run it in the beginning, I just didn't like it. I will be pulling out more deck profile videos. You guys just need to let me know what decks you want to see. I can build them. I do have a shit ton of cards that I can go back through and try to build you guys a deck. If you're interested in buying any decks, you just let me know. And other than that, everybody have a great day and keep dueling.